everyone, so still looking at feet at the minute this week, and today I'm going to be using one of these. So it's not a dog toy, it doesn't squeak, it is a myofascial release ball, okay, or massage ball. It's firm enough that it will do some good work into that connective tissue and into the muscles, but it's not too hard that it's going to cause any damage. But those of you who have maybe very sensitive feet, or you've got a problem with your feet, might want to choose something a little bit more gentle, or maybe even a tennis ball to begin with. So I'm going to show you now how you can release tension in your feet, and this is something that you can actually do sat at your desk, or if you're on a long flight or a long train journey or something like that, you can actually do while you're sat on the aeroplane or on the train. Okay, so I'm going to take that ball down. And I'm going to step onto it. Now I want it underneath the arch at the minute. Now before you start moving, whenever you're doing some release work, you need to let that tissue adapt. You want it to sort of feel what's going on, otherwise it could react, and you don't want it to do that. You want it to have a beneficial effect. So holding that for about 3 nice long breaths, a little bit of pressure on. And then I'm going to start to make some little circles round through the whole of the arch of that foot. Now while you're doing this, just take note of any areas that you feel are particularly tender or really feel like they need a little bit more work. You know, like when you're having a foot massage, if you're ever lucky enough to get one of those, that little spot that you just think, oh, just work on that bit just a little bit longer. Now you want to make sure you go around in both directions, so reverse that circle. So that we don't miss any bits out. Now, I'm going to turn my foot inwards, and I'm going to go from my heel to my big toe. So this is more along the instep of the foot. So you do need to make sure you've turned that foot in. Now, one of the other great benefits of doing this is that you're getting neural stimulation. Your nerves in your feet are being stimulated. Now, why this is a really great idea to do at work is because when the nerves in your feet are stimulated, your body thinks you're doing something, and it makes your brain more active. So if your feet and your legs aren't getting any neural stimulation, your brain actually thinks you're resting and going to sleep. So if you want to feel bright and alert and not have that mid-afternoon slump, doing something with your feet and your legs can really help to combat that. Now, I'm going under the toes now, and I'm letting my toes really spread out. And as you can see, again, I've got my quite jazzy toe socks on. So I am actually getting some movement of individual toes there. So barefoot is fine. Toe socks if you've got them. Just socks if you haven't. Anything is better than nothing. And again, we're going to roll around. So this time, all the way through the toes. So get right to the ends of the toes, the ball of the foot, and all those little joints underneath the toes. So nice and slowly, and keeping a little bit of even pressure on. And then around the other way. So you want to try and relax those toes. And then we're going to go from the little toe to the heel. And I'm turning my foot so that I'm resting on that outside edge. Now, if you do this in standing, you will find that your standing leg gets a little bit tired and a little bit achy. So if it's something that you want to do regularly and you haven't got that strength and stability in your pelvis yet, try it seated. But just make sure that that ball is underneath you and you're not reaching out for it. Okay, now we're going to go to the heel. So for this, I can actually take my toes down and take a little pressure off that standing leg and just gently press my heel into the ball. So just releasing for a moment or two, letting that tissue adapt before I then go into the rolling movement. So now lifting the toes and rolling around the heel. Now make sure you get all the way into the back of the heel there and round. And this really does lift your mood. Okay, it boosts your brain and those good feelings, those endorphins in the body. So it makes you feel more alert and it makes you feel a little bit brighter, a little bit chirpier. And then we're going to go round the other way. And then if you want to, if there was anywhere that felt particularly tight, like it needed a bit more work, just take it back to that area and do some really little circles, just gently pressing on. Really work out that tension, and then before you finish, just take one moment to just press back on with those arches and breathe deeply, tall spine. Before stepping off, and just feel how light and lovely that foot feels now. So of course you're going to do that with both feet and really feel the benefits. So helping to improve your posture, improve the circulation in your feet and your lower legs, improve your brain function and your concentration, and boost your mood, all just by releasing those feet. Tomorrow we're going to be having a look at hands.